So the next topic I will be covering here is going to be how the stock parameters affect in 2.5 axis machining. So I'm going to switch over to the slide first so we can talk about the role of stock parameters. So stock in 2.5 axis machining or 2-axis machining is a wall stock or an XY stock. So in this particular slide, as you're noticing here, it shows the amount of material you'd like to leave or stay away from the side walls. In 2-axis machining or 2.5-axis milling, we do not specify a floor stock because the total depth is controlled in your cut levels as you specify the depth per cut and the total cut depth. Well, the stock parameters what you specify in the global parameters are the amount of stock you'd like to leave in X and Y or stay away from the side walls. So in this example, we have a pocket operation. So the default parameters on pocketing or facing operations in any of our machining operation dialog in 2-axis, it specifies a stock to leave of about 25 thousandths if you're working in inch units or 0.6 millimeters if you're working in metric units. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to RhinoCam, and we'll take a look at the stock parameters and how this affects our toolpath. So if I take a look at the pocket operation here, under cut parameters, you'll find global parameters, and this is what we call the stock to leave. And by default, it's set to 25 thousandths because pocketing operation is considered like a roughing operation where typically you would intend to leave some stock so you can go back and finish this with a profiling operation. So when we specify a stock to leave, the toolpath, the last path here, as you see, it stays away from the finished edge of the pocket boundary by the distance on all the sides. So let's run a simulation in here and we can visualize it. I'll toggle off the toolpath visibility while it's running the simulation, and also display the part visibility in here. So you can tell by looking at it. So the part region is visible. It's highlighted here. And as you can tell here, we have left 25,000 stock all around the part. So specifying a positive value for the stock will make the resulting pocket cut to a smaller size. If you specify a negative stock offset, it'll overcut the pocket boundary. So going back to the global parameters under cut parameters tab, specifying a stock of minus 0.025 will overcut it. So if you have an application or a need to overcut it, you can specify a negative stock offset and that'll overcut it. The same goes with all 2.5 axis operations, pocketing, profiling, and other methods as well. So in this particular example, you can see that we are overcutting it. I have the part model visible. I can toggle the visibility so you can see the difference here. Now we are overcutting it by 25 thousandths. Now setting the stock to leave to 0 will finish it right to the edge of your pocket. So there's a pocket boundary and the resulting toolpath is right to the edge of the pocket. And the same goes with island regions as well. So if you specify the stock to leave, you would leave material around the island. Or if you specify to put a negative stock, it'll overcut it even on the island region as well.